Hey guys, Magnus and Happy New Year! So, to kind of close off 2017, I am going to give my timeline like I always do, or at least I've been doing for 2 years. So I'm going to close off the year. We're basically going through everything we got in 2017 and kind of just giving like a brief opinion, and well, I'll be going through like what we got in that update and then just a brief opinion about that particular update. So yeah, the complete list of 2017. So I'm going to start because I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't want it to go too long because otherwise I haven't got really much time to edit. So it's like a really busy schedule I've got lately. But anyway, we started off 2017 with Home of the Heretic on January the 3rd. This, of course, was a really awesome mini event that gave us Rabbi Custer Scoffy, Brother Faith, gave us Sunday Morning Homer as a costume, gave us the Temple Beth Springfield, the Penny Fountain, Hamburger Heaven, the Cut Glass Cathedral, and some other things, some other decorations as well, some pretty cool decorations. A really awesome update, an update that I really enjoyed, and I think definitely was a perfect way to start the year. Really did like it, so it gets a thumbs up for me. Of course, I do have this system where I say thumbs up, thumbs down. I do it every year, so basically, I probably should have said this at the start of the video. If the update is good, I will say thumbs up. If it's bad, I'll say it's thumbs down. I'm not going to say like middle. I'm literally going to either give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And I want you guys to do the same in the comments if you could. That'd be really awesome for each one of these updates. I'll try and leave a list in the description. Actually, I probably won't. I'll leave a link to the link on the wiki, which like has the big list of all the updates. Just scroll down the list to find the 2017 updates. But anyway, moving on. In January the 11th, we got the Great Fatsby teaser. This, of course, returned the Burns Summer Mansion. To be honest, I didn't like this teaser. I didn't think they needed to give us a teaser that returned this mansion. So this gets a thumbs down. I really didn't like the fact that they gave us a teaser for a episode tie-in. I don't really see the point, so that gets a thumbs down. And of course, it was eventually followed in January the 18th by the Great Fatsby episode tie-in. This, of course, gave us JG, gave us Gooseus, gave us JG's mansion for 225 donuts. You basically got that, his pool, JG, and you got Gooseus. I think this was a thumbs up. It was a good Gills deal. I would have liked something for non-premium players, but overall, it gets a thumbs up. The Great Fatsby, I think it was definitely the best episode tie-in of that year, of this year. So it definitely gets a thumbs up. Eventually, we were actually followed by the Lunar New Year of 2017, which was released in January the 25th. This, of course, gave us a really unique new update. It gave us Chinese lanterns, the Chinese junk were just a bunch of ships, the giant takeout, gave us the Great Wall of China that you could build yourself, gave us a few dragons, and we also got the Year of the Rooster statue. A really awesome kind of new cool update to give, and of course they've never done this before, so it definitely gets a thumbs up for me. I liked how it was just a little short and sweet thing. It only lasted 5 days until we got Destination Springfield, which came in January the 31st. So Destination Springfield was awesome, definitely the best event of 2017 in by far. Really creative, really awesome. Gave us loads of characters, a really great structure, just so much cool stuff that we got in it. Of course, we got like characters like Caesar and Uglion and Maurice. We got Mr. Sparkle. We got that sumo guy, the Battling Caesar robot. We got the Vicious Monkeys, Tiago, Ronaldo, Exo Chilter, and we got, of course, it was all run by Norbert Van Houten. Really solid update. We got the airport, we got the Eiffel Tower, we got the Chateau Marchand, we got the Royal Tokyo, we got the Sumo Stadium, just loads and loads of really cool buildings from all around Springfield, from all around the world that obviously our characters have visited in the episodes. Definitely a massive thumbs up for this update. I could not give it, it's the best update that we've got in like 3 years, so it definitely gets a huge thumbs up. And then in this update we also got Football 2017 and we got Valentine's Day but first of all, Football 2017, this of course gave us Cletus, which is the robot, the football robot, the Fox football robot, and it also gave us like a football football field as a decoration, and it returned a bunch of sports stuff. I mean, this is a difficult one. I'm going to give it a thumbs up just because it gave us something. Like, I'm glad that they do this every year, like they do like a football promotion. I think it's cool how they keep up with it, and I don't expect much from it, so it gets a thumbs up thus far. And then, of course, that was followed by Valentine's Day 2017, that gave us Diabetes, and it gave us the Mother Loving Sugar Co. and the Valentine's Day Cooling Towers. Honestly, though, I think overall this update to me didn't really... I don't understand why it was marketed as a Valentine's Day update. I thought Diabetes was the wrong character to add in a Valentine's Day update, and I just think overall it was just kind of flat, so I'm going to give this one a thumbs down. It's my first thumbs down of the year. It's definitely Valentine's Day 2017. It gets a thumbs down. Actually, well, technically my first thumbs down was the Great Gatsby teaser, but that doesn't really count. But this one gets a thumbs down because it's actually an annual event that we get every year, but it gets a thumbs down because I just didn't think it was particularly very strong. And then eventually in March the 8th, we got the 22 for 30 episode tie-in. So of course this gave us Anger Watkins, and it gave us the outdoor hall court, gave us the soccer net, gave us the 7,200 ounce squishy, and the ESPN sports desk. I actually am going to give this one... This is a difficult one, but I'm going to give it a thumbs down based on the fact that I think they could have done something really, really cool with Nelson's father, Eddie Muntz. Of course, he was actually involved in the episode. I just think they missed a massive opportunity. After the episode had aired, they could have released Nelson's dad as like the big reveal. They could have done like a task with it, so like hinting at it, like a little hint, a little teaser at it, and then after the episode had aired and everyone watched the episode, they actually released Nelson's dad. I just really think that was a massive missed opportunity to do that, and also there was plenty of other characters they could have added that were really, really cool in this update. Similar with Great Gatsby, but the thing is, I liked what Great Gatsby did because it gave us the kind of main ones. I just think Anger Watkins wasn't particularly a very interesting character. He was he didn't really do much in the episode. He was just kind of there. So I'm gonna give this one a thumbs down based on the missed opportunity that they could have done. Anyway, moving on, in March the 15th, and I'm just going to kind of bundle this into one, but we got 3 updates March the 15th, or around that date. We got the Ronald Academy, we got St. Patrick's Day 2017, and we got the Hellfish Bonza. So I'll just go through each one real quick. So, of course, for the Ronald Academy, we got some pretty cool... We got Leopold, we got Candelisa, we got the Ronald Academy, we got the Enriched Learning Center, Hangar 18, and we got some pretty cool decorations like the Ronald statue and the Ronald barracks and the Eliminator. This one is a weird one. Like, it was pretty good. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up overall. The Ronald Academy, I think, was definitely a pretty solid mini event. It gave us a cool character, a costume that I'm not crazy about, but it's okay, I guess, and some really cool buildings. So I'll give it a thumbs up thus far. But what I'm not going to give a thumbs up to is St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day, all they gave us is a float. So St. Patrick's Day, the pot of gold float. So St. Patrick's Day gets a thumbs down. Really, really missed opportunity. There's loads of other Irish related stuff that they can give us, loads of characters, loads of buildings. So the fact that they just gave us this shitty float is really annoying, so it gets a thumbs down. And then we also got the Hellfish Bonza deal, which gave us Hellfish Abe, Hellfish Burns, and a few other things. Now, I would give it a thumbs up usually because I really wanted a Hellfish update, but I'm actually going to give this one a thumbs down based on the fact that, again, they missed an opportunity to make like a proper huge event. If they really wanted to, they could have combined the Hellfish Bonza stuff, the Romerwood stuff, combined it into one, and then thrown in like other military themed stuff to make like a proper military themed event. And they really missed that opportunity, and I just think the fact that they didn't do that really annoys me. And but the thing is, Romerwood is a standalone, is a good standalone event. However, the Hellfish Bonza thing just felt like they just kind of threw it in. Didn't really feel like it was really planned properly, so it gets a thumbs down for me. Unfortunately, I'm giving it a thumbs down. Anyway, but that was followed by the Secret Agents event that we got in March the 28th, 2017. We're only in March at this point. The Secret Agents event was pretty cool. Of course, it gave us a lot of cool stuff. It gave us, Agent Bond, Wayne Slater. It gave us the Ghost Enforcer, the Yakuza boss. It gave us Femme Fatale. however you say it. Gave us the nerds, gave us Russ Cargill, some pretty cool buildings as well, like we got the agency stuff, and then we also got just like a load of stores, like the Painless Dentistry and the Springfield Dry Cleaners, just a bunch of stuff that we really should have got earlier on, and that's what I really respect it for. It just gave us like all this stuff, but it tied it in really well, and I'm gonna give it a thumbs up based on the fact that I just think it was pretty solid event. Although it's not like an amazing event, I just think it was, you know, it just had a nice structure. It was pretty cool. Gave us some cool stuff. So overall, I can't really complain about it. I just think it was just, you know, it was just a nice kind of solid event, really. So it gets a thumbs up from me, the Secret Agents event, and then that was followed by Easter 2017, which literally just gave us the mod statue. So this gets the Praise Land statue even. So this gets a thumbs down. Really, again, they could have done more for Easter. I do think that there is a lot of stuff that they could still utilize from different events and stuff that they could give us. And of course, I did an Easter idea that I think would have worked really well. So the fact that they only gave us the Praiseland statue and they didn't give us the rest of Praiseland, kind of, like, if they gave us all of Praiseland, it probably would have got a thumbs up. But so far, this gets a thumbs down just because it didn't give us very much stuff. So, yeah. And then in May the 10th, we actually got the Pimpals update. So the Pimpals update gave us, of course, Joch. It gave us Pimpal Homer, Pimpal Burns, Pimpal Mo, the return of Pimpal Alpu, and then it gave us like a few cool buildings like Nick's Bowling Shop and stuff like that. This one's like a tricky one because it was just, to me, it felt like it felt a bit random, but I just think overall they kind of threw a bunch of stuff together, and I think they really made it work. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up for thus far. I do think it was a pretty solid event. I didn't really dislike it that much. I really liked it, so it gets a thumbs up from me. The Pimpals, I think it would have been nice if we got like one more character. Maybe if we got Barney's uncle, of course, who works in Barney's Bolorama. Maybe he's like a free character, would have been a bit better. But it just about gets a thumbs up. It's kind of like leaning on like a thumbs down, but it's just about got a thumbs up. I just think it was pretty solid. This is followed by the Forgotten Anniversary teaser, which we got on May the 24th. This gave us, of course, Heavenly Hills Mall for 60 donuts even, and also gave us the Homer's Workbench. This teaser, I guess, was kind of useful, so I'll give it a thumbs up because it gave us the workbench, which, of course, became a big part in the Time Traveling Toaster update. The Heavenly Hills Mall is like, meh, it's not like amazing. It's okay, I guess. It's kind of cool how you can kind of put the extensions on, but like it doesn't, like, there's only really one way you can make the building. You can't really make the building any other way. So it gets a thumbs up just because it served its kind of purpose. And then, of course, that was followed by the Time Traveling Toaster update, which we got on May the 30th. So, of course, the Time Traveling Toaster update gave us really some okay characters like the Darwin Fish, the Wisecracking Parrot, the Sexy Pirate, the Baby T-Rex, gave us the Raptor, the Giant Screamer Pillar, Blackbeard, Hollis Hulbert, and Mozart. It gave us some okay buildings as well, some cool characters, buildings like the Egyptian Pyramid. We got the Mom and Pop Hardware, the Springfield Museum. We got the Candy Apple Island and Springfield Historical Society and the concert hall, and then some really kind of cool decorations like the Dinosaur Lake and, you know, the pirate ship and stuff like that. So it gave us kind of a lot of content, and it was this one is probably the most difficult one for me because I did like it, I enjoyed it, I think it lasted a little long. And the problem I have is most of the characters are just a bit flat. They're like none of I think the best characters in this update were all NPCs, and when you've got a major update and your best characters are NPCs, that's a little bad. Like the playable characters, I don't like any of the playable characters particularly very much. Like Mozart, it should have been a costume really. Hollis Hulbert is just a bit boring, he doesn't really do much, he's kind of a very bland character. Blackbeard is okay, I guess, but he's rather expensive. I'm trying to think now because the rest are non-playable. The Sexy Pirate is pretty weak as a character, and Caveman Mo should have been a costume as well. So like, they're literally the only things. I think it added some cool costumes, like the Pharaoh Skinner I actually like as a costume, but it's a bit of a difficult one really. But yeah, it's hard. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down, but it's like a very kind of loose thumbs down. It's close to getting a thumbs up, just about a thumbs down though. I'm giving it a thumbs down just because I think it definitely could have been way better. They could have structured it, and I just think it's a bit of an odd thing to do anyway. Like it felt like just a bunch of stuff they kind of crammed together and just hoped it worked. And it was okay. I just don't think it quite deserves a thumbs up. This was followed by the Road of Riches thing that came out the same time. The Road of Riches, I actually get a good thumbs up. Anyway, not a massive thumbs up, but a thumbs up. I'm hoping they do something more with it. But of course, this used Cecil, and you could get like the Springfield Dam, you could get the Burns's Gardens, you could get the Rock and a Hard Place, and then there's another thing that's coming soon. Not sure when it's going to come though. It really depends. Like this thumbs up could change to a thumbs down if they don't actually do something with this soon. So I'm hoping they do something with this next year early on. Otherwise, it may turn into a thumbs down. Depends though. Obviously, this is a bit different because this is a permanent thing in the game. But the Road to Riches thus far gets a thumbs up, quite a big thumbs up. And then followed by 4th of July 2017. This of course gave us Dwight D. Eisenhower and also gave us his truck. This one gets a thumbs down. I just don't think 150 for a truck and a character that barely appeared in The Simpsons, and that's all we get. I don't like that. I wish they do something else with 4th of July. Like if they gave us Dwight Eisenhower as the premium, and then they gave us like another character as like a cash, I would like that, and I want them to do that structure. There's plenty of characters they can add. Anyone who's got any like sort of political affiliation in The Simpsons, like political, like Mary Bailey and Bob Arnold and Mayor Quimby's bodyguards, those characters you can add as like normal characters, and then add the president as the premium character. I'm fine with that structure. I just wish they would do that structure more often, or maybe give us an NPC or costume. The fact that they only gave us one character is just a little flat for me, so it gets a thumbs down because he's not even like that interesting of a president. No offense, any Dwight D. Eisenhower fans. And then later on, after the Time Travel and Toaster update was over, we got Pride 2017, which was released July the 5th. This was a really cool event. It gave us Grady, it gave us Julio. We also got the Roller Skate Smithers. We got some really awesome buildings. We got quite a few buildings. We got the Sconwell Bakery, the Harry Shearers. We got the League of Extra Horny Gentlemen, the One Night Stands, Village Apartments, and the Moped Store. We also got Moose, which is a skin for Moe's, and we got some other things, like we got the Hydrants and the Pride Crosswalk. This one gets a thumbs up. I hate the fact that they had, the only issue I had with this update is they put a bunch of political messages in the update, which I don't really particularly like. So that was the only issue I had with it, but overall it gets a thumbs up. Followed by the Superheroes Return. Of course, Superheroes Return gave us Senor Ding Dong. It gave us obviously his truck, gave us his store, and it also gave us the little pie truck, and a few other little decorations as well, like the Zenith City billboard and the pie explosive pile. This gets a thumbs up, only just though, because I think it served its purpose, and I hope they do this like an annual thing, like every year they just give us like a little, like they just give us something for the superhero, because there's all this like miscellaneous stuff there's really not enough to make a third superhero event, but there's definitely enough just to give us something like little annual. So I like the fact that they did this year. They did it for a third year in a row, but they just kept it small and sweet and and really like short. So it gets a thumbs up. This is followed by the Stunt Cannon, which we got on the 31st of July. We literally just got the Stunt Cannon teaser. Of course, this was a teaser for the Appaloosa update. I'm going to give this a thumbs down just because the Stunt Cannon didn't actually do anything. Like, we knew exactly what it was probably going to happen after that. We knew it was probably going to be a music event, so it worked as that. But the actual Stunt Cannon itself didn't come into play in the music event, and the fact that it just felt like it was useless. Like, at least with the Forgotten Anniversary, the table thing actually did serve its purpose because it came in use, but the Stunt Cannon didn't come in use at all, so it just felt a bit like pointless really. So it gets a thumbs down. Followed by Appaloosa, which of course was the music event, as some people called it. And this video is going pretty long, so I do apologize. The Appaloosa, of course, gave us Weird Al Yankovic. It gave us Nick Delacour and all those guys. It gave us Alaska, Nebraska, the Spotlight Dance Spot, LT Smash. We got Leon. We got Bleeding Gums Murphy and Rachel Jordan. We got the Praiseland stuff. We got Manager Cletus and Rapper Bart. We got all the stages, the All Sales Vinyl, Jazzy Good Times, the Snub Club, Classified Records. the Jazz Hole, which is a really awesome building. We got Flaming Moe's as a costume, which I kind of liked. Really cool costume, and some, pretty cool decorations as well. This gets a thumbs up overall. I do think it was a pretty solid event. Definitely not as good as Destination Springfield, but it kind of it did what it was meant to. It had it split it up into genres. It was a good structure, kind of cool stuff. I didn't like the fact that Weird Al Yankovic was really the kind of lead. It just felt like they were milking a celebrity cameo, really, but overall, I think it was a pretty good... I had some issues with it, but overall, I think it gets a thumbs up. It was a pretty solid update. And, of course, this was followed by the County Fair update, which we got in September the 13th, so we're going quite late into the year now. Of course, those big events do take a lot of time, but... So yeah, in here, we of course got Amber Dempsey, we got Mary Spruckler, we also got the takedown event for the Appaloosa, but I'm not going to really count that. We got Little Miss Springfield, which was, of course, costume for Lisa. We got the Fair Pavilion, the Cheddar Barrel Farm, and some other things. But overall, I'm actually giving this a thumbs down. I didn't actually like this. I understand why people do like this update. I just didn't like it because I think they really kind of underestimated Mary Spruckler as a character, and they just kind of threw her in there, and it just didn't feel like they really did anything with her. Amber Dempsey is a flat character in my opinion. There's nothing interesting about her, and that Little Miss Springfield costume is awful. I hate it. It's one of the worst costumes they've added ever. So definitely a massive thumbs down for me. I didn't particularly like any of the buildings anyway. Like the Fair Pavilion and the Cheddar Barrel Farm were pretty boring buildings. I guess Turn Your Head on the Turn Your Head one, that was an okay building, and the Ye Olde off-in ramp I actually really like. The other one though, that other building, that red one, again just looks similar to other buildings, so I don't particularly like that. But I think overall it gets a thumbs down. There was good things about it, but it wasn't awfully terrible and the worst thing we've ever got, but definitely gets a thumbs down, unfortunately for me. But I understand why people do like it. I know that a lot of people do like it, and I get it. I get why. Anyway, that was followed by the Simpsons episode tie-in, which we got on September the 27th, 2017. This, of course, gave us the Tree Stash and gave us the Magic Station and the All-Smelling Tower and the Tree Stash's growth. This is a difficult one, but it is kind of difficult because it also acted as a teaser for the Halloween event, but I'm going to give it overall a thumbs down because I think that there was plenty of stuff they could have gave us in the Simpsons episode tie-in that they kind of didn't give us at all, and they didn't even give us it in the Treehouse of Horror update. They left it out, and of course when the fact that was meant to be a whole magic update, the fact that they didn't give us any of the stuff from the Simpsons, there was loads of stuff from the Simpsons that they could have given us. The fact that they didn't give us any of it kind of just annoys me, and it's pointless now. What are we going to do with all that content that could have been added? So yeah, overall this gets a thumbs down, the Simpsons. But I do kind of like this Tree Stash, it's pretty cool. Anyway, that was followed by, of course, the Springfield Treehouse of Horror update, which was released on October the 3rd. This gave us, of course, the Kernymon, the Bullivern, it gave us Lord Montimore, Unicorn Wizard, Krull, Greystash, Barfy, Slivers, Count Dracula, the Evil Shopkeeper, the Great Raymondo, Angelica Button, the Burns Dragon. Gave us some pretty cool costumes. Some pretty crappy costumes overall, like Wizard Lisa, Wizard Bart, and Squeaky Voice Peasant. And then some meh buildings, really, like the Magic Academy, the Charmers Market. It gave us the Elf Hotel, the Magic Palace, which is a good building, I guess, the Great Raymondo's house, which is okay, and some other buildings, and then some decorations, which honestly are just kind of forgettable mostly. But yeah, that was it overall, and to be honest, my overall opinion of this update, it's a difficult one again, because I personally liked the theme, and I think the theme worked, and I don't a lot of people say it doesn't feel Halloween enough. No, I disagree. I think a magic, the fact that what they did with the monsters and stuff, I think really did work as a Halloween event. So it is a very difficult one for me to really kind of put a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this, but overall I'm just gonna give it it earns a thumbs up, just because I think it was an okay Halloween. It gave us some pretty cool characters, like the Evil Shopkeeper and Count Dracula. If they weren't added, it probably would have been a thumbs down. Count Dracula and the Evil Shopkeeper were really the deciding factor for this update, and the only reason it got a thumbs up, because those two were pretty cool characters, and I'm glad they added them in the game. Anyway, that was followed by, of course, the Thanksgiving update, which we got in November the 14th. So in this update, we got Quinn Hopper, we got the technically also Cyber Monday came after that, and Black Friday. So I probably should do actually. So count that. We'll do Thanksgiving first. So Thanksgiving first. So yeah, we got in the Thanksgiving update, we got Quinn Hopper, we got the Appaloosa. Excuse me. We got some other stuff as well, like the restaurant and stuff. But anyway, overall, what do I think of this Thanksgiving update? This is a very difficult one because I didn't like the fact that it was completely kind of Thanksgiving unrelated. Like, I got they did the whole slaughterhouse thing, and they did the kind of animal rights stuff, which I don't think was particularly very fun. So it gets a thumbs down for me. I just didn't they didn't really do much for me. I just didn't find it like very rememberable or interesting in any way, shape or form. So it gets a thumbs down. And then of course that was followed by both Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm just gonna give Black Friday and Cyber Monday just thumbs down, both thumbs down. Like none of the deals for Black Friday were that great anyway, and Cyber Monday just gave us those robots, which I definitely could have been added in a different update. So those two get a thumbs down, unfortunately. But like, you know, like I again, it's another thing. Like, I understand why they gave us the robots, but to me, like, it just felt like they were just thrown in there for no reason. So gets a thumbs down. Anyway, that was followed by a Rigillion Christmas promo, which we got December the 5th. Which of course acted as a teaser for the Halloween update, the Christmas update, the Invasion Before Christmas update. So we got, of course, in this update, we got the Rigillion Christmas spaceship, and I'm just going to give it a thumbs up, because that spaceship, of course, served a massive purpose in the Invasion Before Christmas, so it acted as what it was meant to do, as a teaser. Obviously, I can disagree with teasers, but as a whole, but I like the idea of the teasers, I guess. It kind of, like, stretches it out a little bit more, I guess, as long as they don't last too long. And then finally, of course, that was followed by the Invasion Before Christmas, which is the last update that we got this year. I don't think we were getting a New Year's update from the looks of it. It's possible that a New Year's update may come in, and I may have missed it on this list. But anyway, we got the Invasion Before Christmas. This gave us characters like Santa Claus, the Worker Elves, Buddha, Jack Frost, Shiva, Lila, J. Rigillion Christ, Jesus Christ himself. We got Santa Kodo, Santa Kang, Mrs. Kodo's Claus and Santa Kang, Conductor Otto, Kwanzaa Hibbert, Elf Lisa, Elf Bart, and we got some really cool buildings like Jesus' Carpentry Shop and Krusty's Christmas on Ice and the Heavenly Swing Set. Overall, though, what do I think of it? I think it gets a thumbs up, a pretty cool thumbs up, like a pretty solid thumbs up. Like, I think it worked as a Christmas update. I know a lot of people disagree with it, but I think it kind of served its purpose. It didn't distance itself too much from Christmas. So, yeah, like, overall, I think it was pretty solid, and I really did enjoy it. And it's not quite over yet, but yeah, well, it is pretty much over. But yeah, it's a pretty solid update, and I do like it. So anyway, guys, that is my list for 2017. That's everything from the first start of the year to the end of the year. So tell me your thoughts on, like I said, go make your own list in the comments and just put good or bad literally next to the title of the thing or whatever, or put thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to put. Just like an indicator to tell me if you liked it or you hated it. Try not to do a meh, like it was okay. Try and be like neutral or positive, like I have, because it is really hard, because there's some updates that have a lot of good things, but it's just like overall I just didn't like it that much. But it has a few items that I really enjoyed. Like, I really like the fact that they've added Mary Sprockler, but overall, and I really like the ye old ramp in, but I had to give the County Fair overall a thumbs down. Like, you have to be tough with yourself, and you have to do that. But anyway, 2017 has been a really awesome year. I think it's definitely been a pretty solid year for Tapped Out. It's given us some really, really awesome updates. 2017 on YouTube has also been brilliant. I've got so far with the channel, so many subscribers, more subscribers. I've of course got loads of views on videos, and you know, I don't get much money on YouTube, but the little money that I do get, I really do appreciate. So of course, if you guys do watch like ads on my videos, I really do appreciate if you do that, because it doesn't give me much, it just gives me a little bit that helps towards, you know, kind of buying food at uni and stuff. So thanks for that, and thanks for everyone who's commented, thanks for everyone who's watched my videos and liked and kind of subscribed. So yeah, see you next video, goodbye. And have a happy new year from me, Magnus Robert. Thank you.